Good morning, guys. It's Steve Innes again. Now, one of my punters, which I call all you people now. Whoops, what's that? Looks like I've got a yellow gecko lizard fall down there. There's a plug just above my camera, and of course it's going to mess up and take over the production because you'll all concentrate on the yellow thing. Sorry, first start for the morning. Now, Gary showed me a great tip from Woodpeckers, which had Gary looked at my thing where I did the mitering, and I glued the blocks on the side of the mitering, and I tried to knock them off, and I did get them off successfully with a chisel. But there's a better idea, and Woodpeckers came up with it. But you know, Woodpeckers is quite expensive for us in Australia because of the shipping and all that sort of stuff, and the devaluation of the dollar. So it's pretty simple means, so I came up with my own, and I thought I'd just share that with you guys. Okay. So it's just a matter of, I had some scrap 32mm ply. I made two of these. These are a little 45 degree or right angle, should I say, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. And I used some of this is, you're going to buy the Festool self-adhesive non-slip tape. I believe Dave Stanton uses that on his little bench for non-slip. It's as great as a non-slip tape because, you know, you put it against something, it doesn't slip. I doubly made sure that it stuck to the wood because it's really designed to stick onto aluminium, so I used some of this fast cap double-sided tape, which is absolutely brilliant stuff. I really like this as a double-sided tape. It's very strong. There's that little yellow thing coming up again. Anyway, so this is a great little unit. Now, it means you can clamp the mitre without actually having to glue a block on, which is obviously a better way of doing it. So I just thought I'd share this with you, and I'll come down to, this is some of the scrap of the messmate that I was doing the other day. And I'll see if I can fix the colour up a little bit. There we go. So what I've got is, I've basically got that sitting up on my bench using an NFT buddy clamp, which you can get from Yellow Box Shed, which I designed, which is a way of just holding this in place while you work on it. You can get them from yellowboxshed.com.au. Okay, so I'll try and focus in on this particular area here, see if we can get it better. Okay, so what I find is the best is to use these single-handed clamps when you're trying to fit it onto the top. So what I do is fit this one here up close towards the edge, and I put this, whoops, slip it down a bit. I push this close up to the edge up here, just clamp that in nice and firm. I get the other one, get the other clamp, I clamp it in on this edge. Doesn't matter where you put it, you can put it at the end, up the middle. We'll put it about there, like that clamps that in. So this is now got this locked in, like so. Then it's just a matter of, I've got one of these G clamps, which I prefer to use, and it's just a matter of now clamping this up, like so, and this now pulls the mitre in. I'll see if you can see that. It's not a perfect mitre, this one, but so it's a middle about allows you a little bit of adjustment, so you can adjust your mitre, so getting it nice and square on that edge, and give it a bit of a wrap on the top to sit it in place. Clamp up your clamp because it's non-slip. You get now it's a little bit sticking up a little bit high, but yeah, that's much better sitting. So you can now see that this clamp, you know, just play a little bit, but it's a great way of clamping your mitres. Now come back a little bit. It's a great way of clamping your mitres because you've got now the force is acting on the mitre like this, squeezing against the mitre. So there was a quick little tip. It works really good. you don't even need. So we'll come back up here. Right. You don't even need a G clamp, as in one of these clamps, on here, because the black tape is fabulous, a way of stopping it sort of skidding along as you try to pull it in like so. So this is great. Now I haven't got a domino in this, but it'll obviously work better with it'll work even better with a domino. And this is on a large piece, but you can use this on a picture, this principle on a picture frame and all that. So this was quite inexpensive, and I'll show it to you again. The one that I made is about, or you can make it as long as you like, of course, but I made mine about, 260 millimeters long, and it's about 60 millimeters wide, so 60 millimeters by 260. These are a 90-degree cut, very simple to do. I just did it on the bandsaw. These are great. I'm going to make some more, so when I do clamp up one of these boxes. Now, thanks to Gary, he pinpointed me onto this, but why? I'm sure everyone's got a bit of scrap hanging around in the workshop. Plies are usually the best because it's very, very strong, and you're not going to split the grain or anything when you actually clamp it up. So I'd like to say thanks to Gary for his great tip. I'll be using it in future. I don't need to buy from Woodpeckers. Like I say, Woodpeckers tend to overly charge for their delivery to Australia. I bought a lot of things from America, but Woodpeckers are particularly expensive. Sometimes the delivery is dearer than the product itself if you lived in the States. So, thanks very much. Great idea, works perfect. No trying to knock off the blocks. There's a tip for today. Thanks guys, see ya.